Today on Alaskan Ballistics, North Fork Semi Spitzer 165 grain 308 diameter in 308 Winchester. Let's look at these Semi Spitzer bullets and let's see how they do. Note the 308 Winchester video. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Alaskan Ballistics. My name is Chuck. I hope you are doing well today. Today we have a special treat. North Fork Bullets sent out some of their Semi Spitzer bullets. And these are 165 grain. And what these are is a nice little party in the front with the soft lead, kind of like a nozzle partition. But in the back of the bullet, they're all copper. So instead of pouring lead from both sides like the nozzle partition, they only pour lead from one side. You get the Semi Spitzer round nose type profile. Really an awesome bullet profile. I know somebody commented on one of the shorts that, hey, the 1970s wants their ammo back or something like that. I think it was on the 300 Win Mag short. But, you know, these are very deadly and they knew how to kill things in the 1970s. But this is definitely technology that is not available in the 1970s because the all-copper design, they couldn't make it dense enough back then for it not to have a severe center of gravity issue and therefore accuracy issues. So they've got that well taken care of because I have now shot two 3/4 inch groups with this ammo. We loaded up the 165 with my favorite powder, tack, at a max charge in the Barnes manual right at the crimping cannula. And we happen to get lucky. This is a very accurate load. It's 3/4 inch. I could probably play with it and get a little bit better, but I'm happy with 3/4 inch in this load. And then we loaded up a minimum charge of 4064. So first we'll do the chronographs, and then when I did the penetration test, I'm going to do the penetration test with the minimum charge ammo, and the reason for that is I want to see what it does going through a pork shoulder at slow and lower velocities, and then it goes into ballistics gel. So I want to see kind of exactly what it does going through that at a low velocity. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough ballistics gel or pork shoulders to test the high velocity one to see if it would penetrate any deeper or if it opened up even faster and penetrate less. Who knows? Anyway, we have the chronograph, the accuracy, and the penetration test coming up. Let's roll that footage. Got the North Fork bullets here with a max load of tack and a minimum load of 4064. Garmin chronograph setup. Alright, for those North Fork bullets, we took 3 shots with the heavier load. And you can see there, 2733 is the third shot. Those are our 3 shots right there. We'll go back. Go session summary. And that's going to be our average right there. 721, not bad for a 165 grain bullet out of an 18-inch barrel. Standard deviation 8.9 feet per second. Not too bad at all. Garmin chronograph's working great. Here are the lower charged 4064 minimum charge out of an 18-inch barrel. You're going to see the accuracy, and we're going to see the Garmin chronograph works in the misty rain here. Now, since that Garmin chronograph was so effective, I did go and purchase one for the channel, but Arctic Ammo and Reloading in Wasilla did help me out, so make sure you check out their store if you're ever in Alaska. I can't tell you their website or phone number or anything like that on YouTube, but they did help me out with this a little bit, so we're going to have some really cool, a lot more data for you, I think. Alright, here we go here. Those were our 3 shots. 2332, 2340, 2331, meant to be a low load. Now we go back here, go down to session summary. All right, hit OK. And that will give us our average of 2334, extreme spread of 8.9 feet per second, standard deviation of 4. Not bad for my hand loads. Here we have, as you can see, another 3/4 inch group. I just measured it with my tape measure. Edge to edge, North Fork bullets, 308. Good enough for my 150 grain TTS X sight in to use either one. Just starting to rain a little bit, so hopefully we'll get some more shooting in here. Got the North Fork 165 grain, Semi Spitzer, half copper, half lead, like a nozzle partition, and a Barnes TTSX had a ugly love child. Here we go. We got a pork shoulder, ballistics gel, and water bottles, and sandbag. Hopefully we can stop this thing. So unfortunately, my side view camera stopped right here before we took the shot. We needed another 25 seconds on it, but I just wanted to give you a good idea of what we're shooting at. We have a thick pork shoulder ballistics gel block. We have clear ballistics gel backing blocks that we've already shot with 9mm, and we have jugs and a bag of ice melt. If it can make it through that, it deserves to go through. So that's just what I wanted to show you. Well, I think I hit it. Let's go see.
Already starting to see some of the damage to the front of that. Okay, here we go. We've got it moving through. Look at that.
That's awesome.
You want to pull that out? Right there in between them.
Right there in between them, huh?
Yep.
I didn't think it would. I thought it would at least go into the second block. Well, yeah, it does exactly what they're supposed to do, and that's the load that I did that was very, very light. So that's the load that's going pretty slow too. So yeah, considering they're 0.75 inch groupers in that gun, I'm very happy about that. Good job, North Fork. Good job. That's a moose bullet for a 308 for sure. All right, so let's look at the damage to the pork shoulder. We see the wound tract here in the thing. So this is our entry wound here. But look at this exit wound here. Man, that's bone chipped, everything. It went through solid bone right through there. Man, that is just incredible. I mean, it's just bone after bone after bone, mushed. Lots of bone chips in there. No problem taking a moose with that 308 rifle right there. That might be my moose load this year.
And that answers why it stopped at the end of one block, was because it dumped all that energy into the bone.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, I think that's an awesome bullet, North Fork. You've got an awesome moose hunting bullet for a 308. All right, we got this 165 grain North Fork bullet. Looks great. Let's put it in here and weigh it. 158.9. That's amazing. If it started out at 165 grain, that's good. That's right up there, almost as good as Barnes. So good weight retention there. Expansion at its widest point here. It looks like 0.624, 235. Yeah, 0.624. Somewhere in there at the widest point. That ain't bad at all either. That's over double X expansion. That's a great bullet. You're going to get the shock waves from the expansion and the slowing down that you want to absorb energy. You're going to get the penetration from the shank here, not separating. It's a good bullet, guys. This is a good hunting bullet. Thanks for watching our whole video all the way to the end. Tell me what you think about these North Fork bullets. All right, do you think they're great, or do you think that, you know, they're things that they could improve upon? I would like to see a full Spitzer design. So a full Spitzer design, very pointed soft point in the front, and I'd like to see a boat tail in the back to kind of add some BC, because modern shooters want a high BC, especially in calibers like 264 diameter, .264, you know, 6.5 millimeter as they call it. So especially in those diameters, as well as in 308 diameter, anything that's been used in a match diameter, I'd like to see them come out with a line like that. But for out to 300 or 400 yards, this will do just fine. So really do like this ammo. It's proven that at 2350, it will still, 2330-ish, 2350, low 2300s, it will still absolutely crush bone and make a large path and dent into a game animal. So we proved that with the test there, and that's why I did the low velocity test, so that if you wanted to load these in 300 mag, would you really still have, you know, enough killing power to make the bullet expand out at, say, 300, 400, 500, 600 yards? And I think the answer to that is yes, if they're still expanding at 2300. Which a lot of bullets, like Accubond is borderline there, TTSX can be borderline there, TSX will not expand there. So, you know, it just depends on the diameter of the bullet and, you know, what you hit. Do you hit thick bone, or do you hit, you know, soft muscle tissue through the ribs or something when you don't hit bone? It really depends a lot on what you hit. But with this bullet, I think you can say there's going to be consistent expansion at all velocity levels. And that's what a good flat round nose Semi Spitzer point will do for you. So if you're like me and like, this might be my moose hunting load, because I'm only going to moose hunt out to 300 to maybe 400 yards. I'm not going to try a 600 yard shot like I would with caribou. So this might be my moose hunting load, especially since I've had the most trigger time on my 308 AR-10 lately. This might be a good moose, bear, whatever. This might be my spring bear hunting load too. It's the most accurate load so far in my AR-10. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget our arms directory page, our MeWe page. We're now on Telegram. We're also on Instagram at The Real Alaskan Ballistics, but just look us up at all those places. Guys, thanks for watching so far. Godspeed and good hunting to all of y'all. God bless. We'll see you at the range.